Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Jim, and you might be seeing this in 2021, but I'm filming this as the last video of 2020, and it's finally time for the reveal of my Partscaster. There it is. Let me break this down for you guys, what I did. Many of you have seen my other video about the American Professional 2 Telecaster that, I had my opinion on it. I thought it was too expensive, was my biggest takeaway for what you get. And since I've been playing a whole bunch of different guitars in and out of the studio for a Telecaster, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try and just build my own. And so this is the result. It's a seafoam green, double bound GFS body with a Mexican classic 60s neck, Fralin pickups, Gotha bridge and saddles. I had a lot of these parts kind of lying around already, and it sounds great. It weighs in decently at 7.1 pounds. I like it. I really like it. So quickly, I'd like to go over a few things that didn't go exactly as smoothly as I had wanted. So first things first, I did buy this from a place called Guitar Fetish, the body itself and only the body. And the reason I did that was because originally I didn't want this color. They had kind of the Haitian coral, a really pretty pink with a double bound body, and I ordered it. And about a week after I ordered it, which is part of this delay, they messaged me that they don't have it in stock and they don't know when they're gonna have it in stock. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have taken a week to figure that out. You would assume you would at least check and get back within, a day or two, but that's neither here nor there. So I had to pick between a bunch of really traditional colors, and I ended up opting for this seafoam green. I've never had a seafoam green Fender, so why not? Now, my problems with this body, despite, I really like the way it looks and all that, but there are things, it cost me under $100, and there are a few things that I get why. For starters, on this body, the jack was not the correct size, the actual drilling of it, to fit in an electro socket. So I had to go in with the sander myself and kind of, give it a little bit of love so the electro socket would fit into it. Eventually it did, not a problem. There was no mounts for anything, but I prefer that. I got to measure everything out, drill in and do the work and get it done there. Now, as far as quality control goes, this is the biggest problem that you're gonna get. So you have this little crack here, not the best work here on the binding where it meets the neck. It doesn't really bother me, you're never gonna see it. Like, if I'm holding the guitar like this or playing, you'd have to really look to kind of find that. And then just all along the rest of it, there's just problems with the binding. So you can see here, it's very minor, but it's not flush, and there's just a bunch of instances of it, like it's a bad cut there. But again, this is stuff I need to zoom in on the camera, and you'd have to really look. Okay, and you have that problem there I showed you. Go on to the other side. Okay. And I haven't drilled holes for these yet. And then there's the back. So, body's actually pretty decent. It was kind of heavy for a Telecaster body, but once everything was still put together, it's still barely over 7 pounds, and that's really reasonable. And I'm cool with that. I'm actually really impressed with how cheap this was and the quality of it. So if you're considering a GFS body, know that what you order might not be in stock, and you won't find out immediately if it is or it isn't. However, that being said, you're not getting, this isn't junk. Like, I wouldn't consider this body junk whatsoever. Like, I've played many guitars. I have guitars worth thousands of dollars on that wall that I'm used to playing every single day. And there's nothing about this body that I would say is like so bad and put me off so much that I wouldn't want to buy it again. Especially because I know this is going to get dinged up, and that's part of the intention of why I wanted to build one. I know it's going to get dings, divots, dented, fingerprints all over it. I'm fine with it. So functionally, the neck fit in pretty good, and yeah, not much else to say. It's a guitar body. So yeah, continuing on with my problems, I originally ordered a vintage style jack furl. And if you know anything now, I know this now. I didn't know this then. It doesn't just fit right in. So I actually had to order an electric socket and have it and screw it in, because you need a separate tool to install the vintage style one. And I wasn't about to buy a tool for that, as I have no intention of building another Telecaster anytime in the future. Now the neck, I went with a Fender Classic 60s neck, because I didn't want the more modern radius. I wanted something with the lacquer finish on the back, and I wanted 7 1/4, 21 frets. And I actually got a really good deal on this, and the tuners from the Stratosphere, they had a sale. It was kind of like a flash sale during Black Friday. I paid under $200 for both of those combined. Really solid. So that brings me up to $300 for everything so far, with tax, with the body and that. Pots I had lying around. Tone control plate also had lying around. I had the bridge lying around. Just parts just kind of accumulate. The pickguard was 10 bucks. And then the most expensive part, which you're really waiting for, are the pickups. This guitar has Lindy Fralin Blues Specials that, again, I just looked around. Good deals happen on Reverb. I found a set that were V-stock, never installed, nowhere near full list price. So, under $500, I have a guitar loaded with Fralins. It's pretty, top-notch pots, nothing cheap about it. Really good Ping brand tuners, and a Fender neck. Hard to beat, really hard to beat. But yeah, great, light, good neck on it. Frets are pretty good on this. It isn't as good as the Japanese version of the 60s that I get. It just doesn't, the fretwork especially, like the finishing on them. But I have a fret working kit, so I'm probably going to, the next string change, really kind of polish them up and dress them and stuff like that on my own. But overall, this is a good guitar, and I'm really happy with how it came out after I built it. Does this encourage you to want to just kind of be patient and take your time and build together your own Telecaster and spend, instead of spending, you know, X amount more? Or maybe you'll buy a Classic 5 or a cheaper used Mexican one and, you know, kind of soup that up, so to speak. But I'm really happy with it. It's unique. I'm probably not going to see another one like it, especially, you know, considering what I paid for it. And yeah, so just let me know what you think. Did I do a good job? I think I did. I'm pretty happy with it. And now I know a few extra little tits and tats, so next time if I want to do a build, who knows, it'll go even smoother. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you on the next one. And again, Happy New Year.